Excuse me. Hi and welcome. You're watching another 24/7 TBC live broadcast on leverage to financial wealth like we've never seen. My name is Paul, and this is episode 74, and today's date is June 22nd, 2018. Okay, TBC stands for the Billion Coin. It's a cryptocurrency that's been out for 2 years now, and it is the first abundance-based coin, which means the price never goes down. It goes up, and the price goes up every single day. It's created using an algorithm which bases the value of our coin on people, you and I. When a person joins our private community, it used to raise the price up of a coin by €1. It's what we started with 2 years ago because everyone was familiar with the euro, in spite of the fact that it is a fiat currency. So it just made it easy to base it on that. So if 100 people joined in one day, it would raise the price of the coin by €100. Okay, so there was another part of the algorithm in the beginning that based it on between 1% and 5% growth every day. And it started out at 5% per day growing. And then after we got to a certain amount of people, it went down to 4%, 3%, 2%, 1%, until it matched exactly. And then every person now, it literally takes it up €1. Okay. And you can go to our main site, which is thebillioncoin.info, and read all about how that algorithm works. Okay. Well, just a couple of months ago, it's been 2 years now, we've grown to over 3.2 million people in 2 years. Excuse me. And, we decided that it was time to switch the value of our coin on a fiat currency like the euro or the US dollar over to gold. So what we did was we took the smallest measurement of gold, which is a grain. It's smaller than a gram. And it takes 480 grains of gold to equal 1 ounce of gold. So at today's prices of gold, 1 grain is worth €2, or about $2.80. So we basically got an increase if our coin doubled. Okay, the value doubled overnight when we just switched from a fiat currency like the euro over to gold. Okay, so now we'll be basing it on gold. Now, the reason we call our coin the Billion Coin was because, and the reason we kept it off the trading market exchanges, okay, that's why it's an abundance-based coin. It can never go down in price. It's not on a trading exchange where the wealthy can manipulate the price, okay? We couldn't put it on there. We'd lose control. The rich could buy it up and, you know, it would be like any other coin, an option to protect your wealth, but not a solution to the problems of the world. Our coin and the creators of our coin have a mission, and that is to eliminate global financial poverty. And it will happen. And here's one example of why we call it the Billion Coin. If you're familiar with Bitcoin, you might know that the maximum amount of Bitcoins that are ever going to be made will hit 21 million coins, period. 21 million coins, that's all. We have 7.6 billion people in the world. Their coin is going to max out at 21 million. Who knows what the price will be, okay, when it maxes out. The point is there's about 17 million already in circulation, okay? But again, it's on a market and it's being manipulated by the wealthy, okay? And so they can, what they do with markets like the stock market, any market, is they do those pump and dumps where they go in, they buy whatever they want and raise the price up. And then the rest of us will come in, depending on our experience and knowledge of the market, and try to make some money while the prices are going up, right? We'll buy something, and let's say that we're buying coins. Let's say we're buying Bitcoins. We'll buy some Bitcoins at a certain price, and when it gets up 10% more or 20% more or 40% more, whatever we're willing to risk, then we'll sell and we'll make that, percentage growth as a profit. But it is risky. It's like gambling, okay? It is gambling, especially when the masses don't really know what's going on or how these markets really work. They're the ones that are really at risk of losing, okay? It's like being at the casino always wins, okay? Just look at it that way. And know that unless you're really, really smart about how the market works, very few are going to get wealthy trading on any kind of a market. It's not impossible, but obviously. But the point is, it's their system. Who's they? The central banker system. They created Wall Street. They created the markets. They created the fiat currency. They overtook our monetary system from us in 1913. And they haven't let it go, and we haven't been able to take it back from them for 105 years. Because by that point in time in history, the structure was so strong that it just couldn't be taken down. Okay, well, they finally took the Federal Reserve note / US dollar completely off the gold standard in 1971. So from 1971 on, it's been backed by absolutely nothing. And that was really scary. Okay, but most of us didn't quite understand. In fact, they came out and they said something like, we've got to do this for a few years because there's too many speculators out there and it's messing with the price of gold, blah, blah, blah. And we'll bring it back, and in 4 or 5 years, we'll bring the gold back. Well, they never intended to, and they never did. And that was their fault. That was their downfall, basically. Okay, but they thought they knew what they were doing. They brought out credit cards. We Americans went nuts, and by the 90s, we were all in debt to credit cards. And those of us who didn't know how to manage money well. And the rest has just been going on where they just make more money. It's not money. They just make more currency. You need more currency? We'll make it. The government's only $10 trillion in dollars. Well, we can, let's get it up there by 15 trillion. We want you guys to owe us a ton of money. It's a private bank. The Federal Reserve is a private bank. It lends money to our government and then charges our government interest to pay it back. So our government, that's against the Constitution. And then they have to go against the Constitution, the government, and charge income tax on the people to try to pay that interest back. Okay. Meanwhile, every time the government runs out of money, oh, well, let's just raise up the debt cap, pass a law, and let's go through Congress, and we'll get some more of this fake stuff from the Fed. That's what they call the Federal Reserve. The problem with that system is because it's not on gold anymore, it's not on anything. It has a limitation now before it completely collapses. You just cannot do that. The only thing that is keeping it afloat right now, barely, is the faith in us, the people who are using it. Well, there's nothing else to use, right? We got to use that, even though the devaluation has gone down from $1 to like 5 cents. Since 1913, well, what are we going to do? Prices keep going up. Inflation's crazy. Every week, every month, everything costs more. Okay, it has to crash. Okay, but it's perfect timing because Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, created the blockchain technology back in 2009 after the last crash. And the rest is history, okay? Cryptocurrency, well, I should just say blockchain technology is not going away. It's like the internet. It was created because the technology got there, obviously, through the internet, for him to be able to come up with this blockchain, totally encrypted system, which makes everything private. And people and governments are using it for all kinds of things out there, not just creating money. And it is real money. Okay, so the problem is all of those coins are on a trading exchange, so the price goes up and down, up and down. It can be manipulated by the wealthy, and it will never be a solution to eliminating global poverty. Okay, so back to the billion coin. We called it the billion coin because we're going to make, and we have made, 1 billion coins. We're never going to make any more. Okay, so that's it. 1 billion coins. That's plenty enough to eliminate the world poverty, the world financial poverty. So the second reason we called it the billion coin was because the algorithm that we use to value our coin based on you and I will max out its price of the billion coin when we get our first billion members. Okay, our first billion members. Now remember, there's 7.6 billion people in the world. Okay, so we're going to get to 1 billion members pretty soon. Okay, I know we're only at 3 million, but we grew by 30 times last year in 1 year. We went from 100,000 after our first year to 3 million our second year. And now we have created a new and much more advanced and much more faster blockchain platform 2.0. So we can do transactions instead of Bitcoin being able to do only 7, and Bitcoin Cash could do around 130, 140 per second. Meanwhile, Visa and MasterCard can do 24,000 per second. Okay, we need a system that can match theirs or get as close to theirs as possible. Now, Ripple can do 1,500 per second, but Ripple isn't even on a blockchain. It's just a digital coin brought out by the banking system to compete with cryptocurrency. Oh, what are we going to do? We're losing control here. The people are going over to cryptocurrency. Well, let's just make our own coin and throw it on the market exchange, and people can use our coin, our worthless coin, because we can make as many as we want, right? Okay, so I don't know exactly how they're working their Ripple system, but the fact that they can do transactions at 1,500 per second will make the value of that coin go up a little bit before it, falls apart. But here's the thing: our new blockchain platform can do transactions between 2,000 and 3,000 per second. So we are faster using a real blockchain with our transactions than Ripple. We're the second fastest under Visa and MasterCard, which is just digital money, and moves as fast as the electricity and the servers can handle it, right? 24,000 per second. So we have a game changer right there, and we'll be done with our migration completely on that new blockchain platform by July 31st. Okay? So I've given you 2 reasons why we call it the billion coin. The third reason was when we were valuing our coin on €1 per one person that joined, when we hit our first billion people, the coin would max out at €1 billion per coin. Okay, so if you had one coin, just one of our coins, and people have hundreds of coins, okay? But if you had one coin, you'd be a billionaire in 2 to 3 years when we hit our first billion. But of course, we switched over to gold, right? So now you'll be a multi-billionaire if you have one coin. Okay, so yeah, it's very exciting and it's very real. And that is what we're all about. We have a mission. In order to complete that mission, we had to keep a small part of our coin centralized, meaning we had to control something. We can't just let the rich come in and buy what they want, like they can with Bitcoin and all the other coins, and leave scraps for the rest of us. We had to control and spread out the wealth evenly among the first billion people. Our mission when we came out was we're going to create 1 million billionaires, multi-billionaires, 1 million of them. There's 2,200 billionaires in the world today. Not in our coin, but in fiat currency. If they're smart, they'd put some of their money as an option to protect that fiat currency in gold and silver. But, you know, who knows? But 2,200 billionaires out of 7.6 billion people, that's the problem with the world. That's why we see the mess this world is in, the poverty, the wars, the slaughter, the hunger, the famine, the disease that comes with lack. Okay, we've been told and brainwashed all our lives, my life and my parents' lives, at least, that there's not enough in the world to go around. There's too many people living. You know, the central bankers had their way. They depopulate the world, which they're trying to do, which they've been trying to do for years, bringing out diseases and stuff, creating problems, trying desperately to slow the population down so they can hang on to their control. It's pure evil, friends, pure evil. You look around and you see somebody out in the street, you want to blame them, you know, living in a tent. Well, you know, they probably don't want to live in a house. And yeah, there are few that really don't, okay? But there are a lot. The majority of them are out there because they don't want to be out there. They don't have a choice. They don't have enough money to have a roof over their head, okay? And if they're lucky, they're all on government handouts, which is what the government under the corrupt democratic system loves to do. Okay, they love to give handouts because then they've got you. You're in their control. You do what we tell you, you vote the way we want to, or we're going to take it away. You know how those Republicans just want to take it away. Don't want to vote Republican. Okay. Politics and money go hand in hand, okay? Just so you know. You can't have one without the other, okay? The problem is with the central banking system owning our money, they own our politicians. So don't be fooled by what you hear. Do your own basic research. Don't get it from the mainstream media, what we call the corporate media. Okay, look for independent sources of media now because we do have the internet. There's no reason why you can't find out the truth now. We don't have just one newspaper in our town. We don't have just 3 channels on our television like I did when I was growing up. And then Fox came and we had 4 sources of news. That's all we got. All the propaganda they wanted to give us, they did. So we thought this about Vietnam. We thought that about that. We thought that about this. We thought that about that because we didn't have a choice. That's what we were being told. Okay. So we were lied to and brainwashed. And part of that is this scarcity mindset that they put on us, that there's lack. There's not enough to go around. You know, you're lucky if you can step up and become wealthy for yourself. You're lucky. You know, meanwhile, there's kids growing up in the ghettos of the metropolitan cities that walk down the street to a car lot and stare at a car that they know they're never going to have. They stand there and they go, God, that car is beautiful. Imagine if I had a car like that. I'm never going to have a car like that. Look at me. Look at my life. I live in the ghetto. The odds are against me. That's BS, friends. There's enough cars, any car we want to build, and any car that has been built for everyone in the world to have one. Whatever car they want, whatever house they want, wherever they want to live. That's the truth. All the water in the world, the world is 3/4 water, or at least 2/3. How can we ever run out of water? The whole country of Kuwait lives on desalinated water from the ocean. The entire country. That's the only water they have. And they have tons of it. Okay, but the desalination plants that we have here in America are few and far between. on the California coast anyway. Okay, there's a lot more in Australia. And their population is nothing compared to ours. But the central banking system is not as strong over there as they are here. Okay, so we always have the worst when it comes to this lack. The central bankers don't want a bunch of water. They don't want these desalination plants bringing and distilling the ocean water and making it fresh, pure water that's abundant. No, they want to come out and say, hey, we're running out of water. Give us your money because we got to do something. Same with all these other lies, climate changes, global warming, all of this to get your money. The mainstream media gives you the propaganda, tells you what it wants you to know. You believe it, and then they got you. They create emotion. Just like this thing right now that's happening with the border. They create emotion, get you all riled up so that you forget about logic, you forget about common sense, you forget about what's going on in America, how things have always been. You forget that Obama was under the same law. He didn't enforce it. George Bush was the one who created it. Trump's just enforcing it. And we get all emotion. And then you don't know the real story about those kids. Okay? If you're getting it again from mainstream media. So what they do is they get you riled up, they get you feared, they get you emotional. And this is what happens when what? What else is going on in the background? You've got politics happening from Trump. You've got the investigative general report, is that what it's called? Has come out. It's been modified, but Trump has the real one. These people are being investigated. This corrupt FBI under the Obama administration. All these things are happening and they're starting to come out. And the mainstream media is trying to distract Americans from it. Okay, and they'll do anything. These Democrats don't care about these kids whatsoever. If they did, they would do something about these kids that are being separated from American citizens. When they break the law and they go to jail, those kids are separated from them. Why aren't they caring about those? So this is how the system works. And this is why we are going to change that system just in our monetary. Just using money, we're going to change that system. The politics are going to do its own thing, okay? But money will be involved. We will see a new currency. It will be backed by gold. This is the way the countries of the world are turning. Russia has completely backed up their ruble by gold. China has completely backed up their yuan by gold. They're using their currency now instead of the U.S. petrodollar. They're sending those dollars back to America. They're worthless. They're going to just cause more inflation. The system has to crash, and whoever holds on to the narrative will be the ones that will stay in control of the monetary system of America. Okay, meanwhile, we've got this cryptocurrency that we can use as an option to help protect us, like if we bought gold or silver, you know, or precious stones. It's just that cryptocurrency can't be stolen from you. It's easily accessible. You've got your wallet with you all the time. It's in a cloud. Okay? So the Billion coin has this mission. So it kept a little bit of control. How did it do that? The blockchain is completely decentralized. But you notice with cryptocurrencies, there's all kinds of these wallet companies. Okay, people can go out, oh, I think I'll try this wallet. I think I'll try this wallet. Oh, I'd rather have a hard wallet, so I'll try this wallet. Okay, and these are all fine and dandy, but you'll notice that every time you make a transaction, the miners will charge a fee, or the wallet system might. I don't know what it is. I don't use Bitcoin very much, and I just let it sit in my account. That's how I initially got into cryptocurrency, was because of Bitcoin. And then I found out about the Billion coin, and I haven't looked back. So how we kept it is that we have our own wallet. Nobody else does. You have to have our own wallet. Okay, we will keep that in control until we hit our first billion. Then we don't need to control the wallet. We'll switch it over to decentralization. Okay, there'd be no point at that point to control anything. We would have accomplished what we set out to accomplish. And so by controlling that, we not only can give the coin out, We can just give the coin out and not hurt the coin. Now you and I, us members that already have coins, we don't give the coin out. Admin, okay, the creators give the coin out. They control the system so that it doesn't devalue the billion coin. Okay, if we were to discount our coins and not sell it at the correct price of that day because it goes up every day, then we'd be discounting that coin. We'd be destroying the value of that coin. If we gave it away, we'd be destroying the value of that coin. But admin has a bunch of coins. And his purpose is, I need to get these out. And I need your help, guys and girls. We need you to do live broadcasts on YouTube and tell people what we are and get them involved. Okay? So, the title of this, let me make sure I was done talking about what I was talking about. So if there's any more I wanted to touch on. Okay, so let's go on to the title of this, right? Leverage, and you've never seen financial leverage like you have today. Okay, if you're brand new and you're watching this and you don't know anything about TBC, you now have a little bit of an idea of the differences between the billion coin and why you don't see TBC on the coin market cap. Okay, it's because we are a private community and we're going to grow. Let's just say we're only going to grow 30 times again, even in spite of the fact that we have this brand new blockchain platform that can do transaction speed between 2,000 and 3,000 per second, which is twice as much basically as Ripple. And Ripple is the fastest, and it's a digital currency. There's no blockchain. That's why it's fast. The next one, it would be Visa and MasterCard, which is, again, digital currency. And they can do 24,000 per second. It's because they've built up the servers over time, right? So, okay, so if we only grew 30 times in the next 12 months, we'd go from 3 million to 90 million. Would that give us an economy? Oh, it sure will. We'll be using it at stores, merchants, retailers, service providers, restaurants, you name it. Why? Bitcoin already is, right? And they've got a small economy with only 12 million Bitcoin users. 12 million Bitcoin users. Yes, that's 4 times more than what we have right now. That's why they have that small economy. But guess what? Every single day, more merchants join the billion coin and start accepting it. Why? Because they know that this is a coin that's going to go up the next day and up and up and up and up and up until we reach our first billion people. Not to mention we have 3 million customers for them. Okay, so if they don't need the cash to run their business, just like those ones that are accepting Bitcoin, because they're just leaving it sitting in their wallets. And they don't want to fool around with that up and down, and you know, depend on their business for Bitcoin. That'd be nuts. Because if it went down, it can put them out of business. So they just let it sit in their wallet because they got plenty of cash coming through their businesses. And there's only so many Bitcoin owners that are actually out there doing transactions, right? There's only 12 million in the whole world. Okay, so we've got 3 million, and now we're going to, like I said, if we grow just by 30 times again this year, which we're going to grow faster. I think we're going to grow faster because last year we just were really slow because of tech. We got bogged down because we were doing so many purchases and transactions between each other, our own members, that it slowed the system down. Okay, we're all on that blockchain 1.0 system, most of the coins. Okay, we just took a copy of what Satoshi had come up with, and you know, people can create their coins doing that. But so we started building the 2.0 because, you know, technology doubles every 18 months. It's been 9 years. Time to make something better and faster. So we should grow by 90 million if we only grew 30 times again. 90 million is 7 times more than 12 million Bitcoins. You think we'll have an economy? Yes, we will. And the closer we get to 1 billion, the bigger that economy, worldwide economy, will become. Our money, our coin, is money, just like all the other cryptocurrencies. They're money. It's just like gold and silver and everything else. It's money. Now, a division of a Bitcoin is called Satoshis. Okay, it can be divided a coin by 100 million. Okay, all of the coins are that way. So a division of the billion coin are called kringles. And now that the billion coin is worth double what it was a few months ago, which at 3.2 million, it was worth like 6 point something, 7. No, 3. I'm doubling it already. 3 point something million euros. And it got doubled to 6 point something, close to 7 million when it went to gold. Okay, that's like 8.4 million US dollars. So our coin is now, one coin costs you 8.4 million. Well, that doesn't sound like much of a leverage, does it? Okay, but hang on, let me explain how that leverage works. Okay, so we call our division of one coin split into 100 million kringles. Okay, so you can buy one kringle. I don't know what the current price of it is, but it's, you know, I think you can buy a kringle for $1 and probably get, you know, I don't know. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. You can buy $1 worth of Satoshi, Bitcoin. But the billion coin kringles, you can buy $1 worth. You don't need 8.4 million. You don't need a full coin to buy a full coin. We have ways to get you a full coin in your hands, in your wallet, using leverage like you've never seen in the history of mankind. Okay. Now, because we're switching over to a new blockchain, because we need the word to get out, they asked us, their membership, for volunteers to do these live broadcasts every day, every single day. Now, some of us can't do it every day. We'll do one a week, or we'll do 2 a week, 3 a week, 4 a week, whatever we can do. The point is, he's asked us to do this. And he took a 24-hour period and he split it into half-hour slots. So 48 people can actually each have a half-hour slot and do a live broadcast. Now we go over, many of us go over a half hour, and that's okay. It's no problem whatsoever. Okay. These videos end up on our YouTube channel. So if you're new and you like what you've heard so far, please subscribe and hit that little bell, and you'll be notified whenever I make a video. And you can watch it at your leisure. If you do happen to be watching it live, I can just go over and find out if you have any questions on my live chat, which I'm going to do right now, as I just remembered. So I always forget to look until I'm way into the video. It's having trouble pulling up. It's on my side because I do have a slow Wi-Fi system. There we go. Romeo, how you doing, my friend? Awesome. Awesome news, Romeo. Steven, how you doing today? Great video earlier. TBC Dr. Joe Stevens, so glad you could be here again. And I'm sure there's others I can't see. Thank you, all of you, for being here and supporting ourselves. Okay, so I don't see any questions. So I'll go on with how this leverage I'm talking about. First of all, let me give you a small example of the kind of leverage that we have available right now, because we're going for it. We're going all out. Now is the time to go all out. We've tech-wise gotten to the point where we're running smooth and we're ready for huge growth. We've seen all the things that could possibly happen. We've taken care of everything. We've grown to a certain amount of people, 3.2 million, almost 3.3 million. We're set. Now you're going to see us just blow the roof off of Bitcoin. 12 million? We'll be over 12 million. We could be over 12 million in just 3 months. Okay, 6 months, easily. And see, and every month it's going to get faster and faster. Here's what I'm talking about. When a person joins, okay, and that's another really exciting thing, you guys, in case you guys didn't notice, well, I'm sure you all have, and you all talked about it. You have talked about it today. Is that there's no more, we called our Satoshi Nakamoto owner, which is a team of people, but we just had to name one person, right? And he called himself Kris Kringle because he's Santa Claus. He started giving the gift away of his own coins. Okay, he created the coins. So he's got a wallet full of coins. And he needs to get it out. So he was given a free gift of a certain amount of Kringles to every person that came into our private community. The problem was there was no charge for anything. No charge for wallet, no charge for transactions, no charge to sign up, nothing. So people didn't really put much value on it, especially last year when people were still educating themselves and learning about cryptocurrency. And especially since this was a cryptocurrency that we were giving away free, and they were going, how can you do that? Well, it's based on this algorithm, blah, blah, blah. Why isn't it being traded on a market? Oh, we don't want that. Well, they're so brainwashed into thinking that the market is real. That's what makes money real. No, it doesn't. Okay. There's no money being exchanged on a market except cryptocurrency or commodities, which is real, obviously. But currencies, no. Okay. The stock market, you've got value in the companies, right? But if something goes wrong, that value we saw what happened in 2000 with the tech industry. Okay. I saw tons of my friends lose money, lose all kinds of stuff. 2008 was just as bad, if not worse, because it was the real estate boom that brought it down. Not the boom, but the bubble that just burst. And living here in Las Vegas, we were going nuts. The prices of homes here in Las Vegas back in 2005, 6, 7, and 8 were just going crazy. And people were selling, and they just had all this money in the bank, all this equity. People were taking out seconds and thirds to rebuild their homes because they were built back in the 70s and 80s. Okay. And the bubble burst. And friends of mine lost their homes. Literally. They were foreclosed. Okay. So where was I? Oh, okay. So people weren't really valuing this gift we were given. Not to mention, when we started giving it away a year ago, we had only 100,000 members. So the value of that gift was less than $20, but we were giving it away. Okay. And it worked. People were coming in and taking the gift. Well, if you're going to give it to us free, I'll take the 10 minutes and set up my back office and the wallet, and, I'll just sit on it and watch it grow like you tell me it's going to do. Which it did, of course, because we went from 100,000 members to 3 million. So the value went up to like 14,000 when we switched to gold. From like less than $20 to $14,000 in a year. See if you can get that at a bank. Okay, or even the market. Okay, so we decided we had to charge something. Well, let's charge people. Well, how are we going to do that? Well, we'll just say we need it for the servers when we're growing. It'll pay for their back office. We'll charge $10 a year. Okay, and that'll pay for their back office where they can turn around and have all the information they want, their own link that they can give out to their loved ones, their family, their friends, anyone they care about that they don't want them to, or they want them to have wealth. Okay, and they can be connected together that way, like a social media. And they'll get that for $10 for a whole year. And we'll throw in a lifetime wallet with no transaction fees. Okay. So we said, okay, so basically you're charging $10 a year. That's it for your system. Yeah, we have to. $10 is not much for you Americans. Okay. But there's people in, Nigeria and the Philippines where $10 is a lot, because their minimum wage over there is like a dollar or $2 a day. Okay. So, and of course, those people that wake up every day, and I've said this a million times, wake up and see that kind of poverty, they're very quick to change their mindset compared to people that live in what they call first world countries, like the United States, like Britain, like Australia, like New Zealand. I think New Zealand is part of that, like Canada. Okay, so we have these developing countries that wake up a whole lot faster. Okay, so they've been pouring in. But we need to get it out, and so that's why we're doing these 24/7 live broadcasts. And we started doing broadcast at our 2nd year anniversary, which was March 21st this year, a few months ago. And people slowly started to sign up and do a live broadcast. And a lot of people, like myself, had no clue how to do a live broadcast. And so I took a couple of weeks to study. Maybe it wasn't that long, but I took a couple of weeks where people were already on there doing live broadcasts, and I was learning how to do it. And as soon as I figured it out enough to get on here, and I don't have anything fancy going on, I don't even have my music. I couldn't even, last night I spent like two hours trying to figure out how to put music on a live broadcast, like Dan Lutz does and Mbae does and all these others. The music never would record. I was hearing it, but then I'd go play the recording back again. I was doing all these tests, kept keeping them private so I wouldn't bother you guys. And then it wouldn't be there. I'd hear nothing. So I'm doing something wrong. Like I said, I'm not much of a techie when it comes to computers. I just like to drive it. But if I need to learn something, I'm trying to learn how to put music on. But anyway, it doesn't take much to learn how to do a broadcast. Many of the broadcasters here have done videos. Stephen Cuffey has done a great video on how to do a live broadcast. All you have to do is just watch it. Okay, look up Steve Cuffey on the 24/7 broadcast in our main site on the billioncoin.info, where the tab says broadcast. Click on there and you can pick whatever you want and try to find somebody that's doing a live broadcast. The title of their video will most likely say how to do a live broadcast. Okay. And in fact, I think today, the voice of TBC, Bitcoin Randy, and we call him Bitcoin Randy because he, was involved in cryptocurrency from way back. And the first one was Bitcoin. But he's considered, we call him the voice of TBC. And he basically is the main leader here in America. Well, actually, he's the main leader in the entire world under the admin, right? So he does a broadcast almost every day. And today's was about how to do it in your Android phone or an iPhone. Literally, you could do a whole broadcast on your phone. Okay, so I'm doing mine on a laptop every day. Okay. You know why, right? Don't get me started on my inability to use a cell phone like a computer, because I'm lost. I'm lucky if I can get on Instagram. Okay, I'm just kidding, but it's not that hard. So we have been slowly getting up to 48 people doing broadcasts every day, and we can go to 96. We can double that. We can triple that. We can go to 100 million. No, I'm just kidding. We can do 1 million broadcasts every day. Okay, seriously. We really can. Imagine what that would do. Just imagine what that would do. Yeah, TBC is going to be a household name very, very soon, simply because we're at that point. We're getting to that point where we now can explode. And by the way, the masses of people that are coming into cryptocurrency today is humongous. Okay? If you don't realize that, realize that. Pretend you're back in the mid 90s and the internet came out in the beginning of, I think in 1990, around there, in the beginning of that decade. Imagine it's 1995 or 1996. The masses were pouring in, getting on the internet. It was mature by 2000. Then it just went nuts, right? We got all those social medias. We got Google search engines. We got all the search engines. Everything changed. It just got better and better and better. And now it's been 18 more years. And now we have blockchain, which is only going to get better and better and better. It's never going to go away. Internet's never going to go away, short of them taking out the electricity grid for the entire world at the same time. And that can't happen. Well, maybe technically it could, but, you know, I don't think God is going to do that. Okay. That's just my opinion. But anyway, so here we are. And now when a person joins our private community, they go ahead and they've made it so easy. In fact, let me share my screen and hopefully I won't mess up like I did yesterday. Okay. Okay. This is what it looks like when you click on someone's link to join our community. Okay. It used to have Santa Claus all over it. Okay. But he just retired Santa Claus because we've been doing that for over a year. Okay. And so it says right here, receive a gift of over 2,000 in digital money, blah, blah, blah. And then you put in your name, your username, you just make that up, and an email address. It's got to be real because you will get an email. In fact, you'll probably get two, which will have confirmation links inside those emails. So you'll need to click on those links in order to actually set up your back office and actually set up your wallet. If you don't, then you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, then what does it ask for? Oh, it asks what country you live in. And then you just make up a password and confirm it. And you click that you're not a robot and everything starts to go. Okay, and when you get to confirming your email for your back office, you'll land on the back office and it will have 10 questions that it will ask you, and there'll be a paragraph, 10 paragraphs, and then a true or false answer for each of those 10 paragraphs when it asks you the question. And that's basically our mission statement right there, divided by 10. So you'll go through those questions and we'll find out if you're like-minded or not before you even spend a dime, before you spend that $10. You're going to know whether you want to spend the $10 or you don't. Because see, we're not after your money. Well, it's not even money, it's currency. We'll take Bitcoin, we'll take Litecoin, we'll take Ethereum. Well, those of us that are actual members, we'll take even your fiat currency if you want to buy some Kringles from us. But admin, who that $10 goes to, he'll only accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum right now. Okay, so you'll sign up and you'll go through those questions and then you'll know whether you want to spend that $10. And if you decide to spend that $10 and join our movement, our mission to eliminate global financial poverty, if you're like-minded, if you don't mind the idea of everyone being abundant in the world, if you have no selfishness and no greed in you, then we want you. And of course, if you're a patriot in whatever country you live in, we want you. Okay, because this frees up the entire system. This puts the money back into the people's hands. It brings the power back to the people's hands. We then can buy our politicians, which is the way our constitutions was set up, to own our government. Okay, it's pure freedom. Okay, so this is what the you'll see when you click on someone's link to join. It's just that simple. That's all there is. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else I want to show you right now. So what is that gift again? What did he say? 2,000? Okay. So for $10, basically, you're leveraging $10 into 2,000 in Kringles. $2,000 worth based on the price of gold in our membership. The algorithm. Okay. That will go up every single day after you get it. Every single day it's going up as it is. In fact, it's over $2,100. Okay. The value of it, we're giving that away free. Not free, but you know, it costs you $10 now. Basically, you're not really buying it, but it's a gift from admin. We're not giving, us members are not giving that gift out. That comes from admin. Okay. So right there, you're leveraging $10 into $2,100. But that's just the beginning. Okay. Now, we have this thing called cookie rewards, where if you come in and you spend your $10 and you find out about it, or you found out about it from one of us broadcasters, these cookie rewards is a promotion that we've been having for I think a year, but it only gets better and better. And what it is that for certain things that you do, the admin will reward you with coins, whether it's Kringle coins or whether it's a full TBC coin or more. And you know the value of these coins, right? So here's how you can get these coins in your hands. You either do a broadcast or you don't, or you talk to people, your friends and family, and you get them to come in to our community and sign up, get their free gift. And if you do 100 of those, you'll get, well, you used to get 10 full coins. But guess what? He's having a promo for the next 30 days. Started yesterday. For the next 30 days, he increased all of the cookie rewards by 500%. So let's say you joined and you were new. And you went out and talked and told everybody you knew. And 100 of them joined and spent their $10 because they were like-minded, got their gift of what 2 days ago was worth 2,000 or 2,100. Today it's worth 10,000. Okay, it's 2,000 times 5, 500% increase. So now you've got 10,000 we're giving away to everybody for the next 30 days. Anybody who wants it, man, woman, baby. Okay, we just need a name and an email address, a real email address, so that you can be confirmed, and those wallets in the back office can be set up, and that $10 can be paid, and boom. For the next 30 days, 10,000 free. Okay, so there's other ways. Like if you do a broadcast, we started doing these broadcasts. We were just volunteering. We weren't asking for anything. There was no cookie rewards attached to doing broadcasts. And then about a month after we got started, he came out and said, well, you know what? We really need more broadcasters to step up. So I'm going to give away free cookie rewards for those who do broadcasting. And more broadcasters came in. It worked. Okay, the equivalent that we were being given for doing a live broadcast was enough Kringles to equal the value of about $84,000. So every broadcast I was doing was now worth $84,000 in Kringles. Because now it's times 5. So it's what, $420,000 worth of Kringles every day, if I can do it every day. Some days I do miss. Okay, so what else is there? Well, if you're brand new and you come in, and even if you're not brand new, if you purchase $100, for every $100 you purchase in Kringles at the current Kringle price of that day, we don't do any discounting. But the blockchain will see the transactions on both sides, and admin will give you cookie rewards, which is the same thing as Kringles. It's just in a point system in your back office. And then during a redemption month, the next one is in November. We have them every 5 months. You can push the redemption button, redeem button in your back office, and all the cookies you have collected between now and November will turn into real Kringle coins and be put in your wallet. Okay, and you'll be able to spend them. Okay, so if you spend $100 for every set of $100 that you buy from one of us, trusted sellers, admin was giving 1 full coin, enough cookies that it was worth 1 full coin, which is worth $8.4 million right now, and will be worth what if the price of gold stays the same, which I believe it's going to probably be more in 2 to 3 years. We may see it go down a little bit before it goes back up, and then it will go up more. That's just my opinion. But in 2 or 3 years from now, when we have our billion people, that would be at today's price $2.8 billion per coin. Okay, so you can get that by just spending $100. Well, 110, right? If you want 2 coins, you can spend 200. You could buy $200 worth of Kringles. You get those Kringles, which can be spent right now. Okay, I believe, yeah, you'll get those Kringles, which you can spend right now. And we'll show you how to spend them and how to make more. We trade amongst each other. It's amazing. Okay, it's a blast. We are creating wealth for you and for me. That's what this coin is. It's all about abundance. Okay, we are spreading the wealth out fairly evenly. We are creating again 1 million billionaires. When we are done with getting 1 million billionaires, we will create 1 billion millionaires, and they'll be multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Because the rest of the 6.5 or 6.6 billion people will have enough for them. We'll have enough Kringles left over that they'll be living in complete abundance. I mean, we do need still people to work, right? And people love to work. Don't get me wrong. They won't be forced to work. Only those who want to work will work. And if they weren't part of the first billion, then if they want, then they'll need to have a business where they're accepting Kringles, or they'll need to work for Kringles. But instead of being paid $10 an hour or whatever McDonald's is paying right now, we'll own the McDonald's, and the owners will give them $100 an hour. I mean, there's not going to be any more of this stuff that you see. 2 or 3 people, 2 people trying to raise their kids and a family by going out and having 2 or 3 jobs, or 1 person. Okay, you won't see that anymore. The things that you'll see when abundance takes over is the exact opposite of what you're seeing now. So start thinking about that, because it does take a while to change that mindset from scarcity to abundance. I've been trying for a year. I've come a long ways. Believe me, my mind is very abundant now. But once in a while, that scarcity part is still there, just a little tiny bit, and I'll say something, and I'll realize instantly, oh my gosh, how stupid. That's just old bad habits of not enough. So I think that's it. Yes, for the next 30 days, you might want to really come in. And those of you who are members already, come on. Where are you going to see that kind of leverage again? You've got 30 days to make a $100 purchase and get 5 coins instead of 1. Okay, we were giving 10 coins out for those of you who went out and got 100 people to join. We're now giving you 50 coins, 50 full billion coins, each one worth $8.4 million. What's 50 times 8.4 million right now? That's what you'd instantly get in cookie rewards that you'd be able to spend in November. And that is going to go up to the value of 2.8 billion per coin when we hit our first billion people, if the price of gold stays the same as it is today. Okay, so I think you got the point of what I've been trying to say. and the leverage that we're offering right now, or that admin is offering. And that's all we've seen in 2 years that we've been in existence. All we've seen is the creators of our coin do things better and better for us, because we do have a mission. Okay, so we really are a community, friends, and it's a community. I don't care what club or community memberships you have. This is the most exciting one you want to be a part of. And it only costs $10 now. $10, not $1,000 or not $50 a month or whatever. $10 a year. So please, take a look at the information down below. Look at all those links. It will take you to all the information you could possibly want. There's even some extra stuff down there that I just keep adding to it to show what an abundance-based society is compared to this scarcity society we live in now. With scarcity out there, evil people can do what they want because they can control you if you don't have enough. Oh, you want this? You want a little bit more? You want that real good section over there to in my restaurant where you're going to get better tips? Well, let's go talk about it in the back. This crap is happening all the time, every day, all across the world. And why is it happening? Because these women don't have abundance. They are struggling. They need their jobs. Okay? They're being taken advantage of. Why? Because the system is rotten to the core. That can all go away. And it will. We just need you to become a part and spread that coin out. It's already money. It's being used as money. We just need more. We are after you, and we are after all merchants and business folks in the world. Because if you accept a coin, for every $100 you accept, you'll get a full coin after this 30 days. If you were involved in the next 30 days, you'd get 5 coins. Okay? So you have so much incentive as a business person or a merchant or a service provider to accept Kringles instead of fiat worthless cash. If you've got enough cash, you can make, your payments, your bills every month. You might want to think about starting to accept Kringles, the billion coin, because you will eliminate your struggle. Anything that's related to lack, you'll end up at the opposite end, full of abundance. You'll be one of those first billion people. Okay. That's it. Thank you guys for watching, for being here. What's tomorrow? Saturday. Yes. And yes, I'm already scheduled for tomorrow. Same time, same place, same channel. 5 p.m. Pacific Savings, Daylight Savings time. And so have a great night. Have a great weekend. Because I could say that to the whole world, right? Doesn't matter if you're just waking up or you're just getting ready for bed. You can have a great weekend and start thinking about abundance and what life would be like under an abundant society, under an abundant world. Because there is so much abundance in this world, we can take care of 4, 5, 6 times the population we have now. No problem whatsoever. Believe. Okay? And get excited. All right, thanks, guys. Love you. Talk to you soon.